of all of us here, Ebenezer Estate, and all our special guests, because you are our special guests. We have Essence and Mr. Canis Vanterpool. They're going to be doing one of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs. And when you hear these voices and you hear Canis on the saxophone, you'll be melted, okay? My Wish.
Leave me in your arms, now until you the end of never. Oh my love, oh my love, oh my love, oh my sweet, sweet love, yeah. Smile.
Educate my mind, because we will leave this country one day in time. But this land is not just for me. Oh, how I love our history, where the chains of mountains green are variously in sunshine sheen. Oh, I love this paradise. It's so pretty and so nice. Oh, I love all our cultural delights, like Johnny cakes and peas and rice. You'll find this island here with people both brown and fair, wearing nappy and curly hair, and all the hair flowing just everywhere. You see, we grew up everywhere, and we kept learning how much more we care. Oh, I love this paradise. So much potential, so very nice. Oh, I love this paradise. It needs a lot of work, but for my home, I will gladly pay the price. Thank you.
Things not spoken into family secrets. I give light to the stories of violence and rupture between couples, parents and children, and between siblings. May time and love be the bond that unites once again. I give light to all memories of limitation and poverty, to all unstructured and negative beliefs that permeate my family system. Right?
Brian Nancy, on the other hand, he don't like trouble either. But he always have a plan how to get things done easier and how to acquire goods without money. So one day, Brother Takuma in his house, and he heard Brother Nancy, Brother Takuma! Brother Takuma! Brother Takuma, hear Nancy, but he answered because every time Brother Nancy comes down with this kind of call, and he knows some plan Brother Nancy have to get him in trouble. Brother Nancy said, Brother Takuma!
I don't know.
Brother Takuma put his head out the window, he said,
Where is it?
Brother Nancy!
This guy.
The only thing I can say is this is a wonderful event. This is the second year that they're doing this, and I must admit, you can see from yourself the turnout. It's fantastic. The weather is nice, and the folks are coming out enjoying themselves. Mango Fest too, and I think it can only get bigger and better from here. So I hope the folks are having a great time.
And your manager, she's going to say something?
He already said everything.
Well, you got your part to say.
It's great. It's the second year, and I'm sure everyone is enjoying themselves.
Definitely. Yes.
Hey everyone, my name is Karen Cadogan and I'm the Vice President of the Ebenezer Estate Association. Just proud to be serving on the board as we execute a lot of our activities, plans, preparations for our community of Ebenezer, and also invite the rest of St. Martin to join in with us with a lot of our activities that we have in store. This afternoon we're having the Mango Fest, and we have people attending from all walks of life. They're here supporting us. We have a lot of vendors who are here just with their products, all locally made products from mango. So we have mango chutney, mango juice, mango pie, mango tart, you name it with mango, we have it here. all roads lead to Ebenezer Estate right here on the Walter Plants Road, and we are just excited. We are happy to see who's here already. I'm looking forward. We have 1 more hour to go. Looking forward to see you here with us. Thank you so much.
Now, where did the creative name of this came from, and what was the purpose?
Okay, so an interesting thing. I love that question. Mango Fest originated actually last year. We had so many mangoes on our properties, on our trees, and we didn't know what to do with them. So within our social group chat, the idea sprung about having a Mango Fest. And we thought that this would just be an event for us, among our neighbors. So we came out and we had this event, and people came from Sandy Ground, Sucker Garden, French Quarter, Grand Cars, and they were like, well, you know what, see you all next year. And we thought next year, we plan to have this next year again. So it put us in a position to create an annual event called Mango Fest in Ebenezer Estate, and I'm happy that it actually fulfilled, because we don't appreciate the fruits that have been given to us. We have the pomseret, we have the kinip, and all of those variety of fruits, and I'm happy that Ebenezer took the step to say, well, look, we're going to give some recognition to one of our fruits here on the island, which is the mango. So we created everything about mango this afternoon: mango jokes, mango storytelling, mango songs. You come right out, you hear everything about the mango you never hear before.
I want to run down some of the critical issues that we pointed out as hot button issues, issues that could not have any delay. There could be no delay with these issues. One, the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Martin, and I want to elaborate what we stated there. Recent decisions made by the Central Bank of Curaçao and St. Martin, with the silent consent of the outgoing administration, must be reviewed and questioned. There will be further examination of the viability and benefit of the current monetary union when it comes to St. Martin. Two, Mullet Bay, the ownership / development of the Mullet Bay property must be ascertained with the aim to ensure that any development is done with foremost the interests of the St. Martin people. Three, we talk about the gambling industry and the need for a gambling control board / authority. We talk about the saturation in the economic activities on St. Martin and are keen on updating the very antiquated 2009 economic zoning policy, 2009. We speak of the oversaturation in many sectors, and we believe that business license requests must be considered against several criteria, not only government's revenue. We look at the issue of poverty levels and hunger. And our concern for this matter on St. Martin was only buoyed by the fact that from the population census, it has been determined based on a particular criteria for poverty and a poverty line, that approximately 25% of the people on St. Martin are under this poverty line as determined by the Central Bureau for Statistics. Of course, even back in January when this document was signed, we asked for attention. We promised our attention for the areas of GEBE and TALEM. We wrote and committed ourselves to strengthening border and immigration capacity. We looked at cohesion on the executive level of government, and we looked at the unsustainable construction. And again, I want to elaborate there. And it is stated, large-scale construction projects have been permitted to occur with little to no consideration for the environment, sustainability, and integrity of our infrastructure. This must be urgently addressed with critical measures to protect what is left of our environment. This is the reason why, from the parliamentary perspective, we have been questioning the former government with respect to its policies, and we have gotten, in most cases, a runaround. Right now, again, the Democratic Party has questions regarding this matter at the sitting government. I want to touch a moment on the issue of elections. I started out by saying that it was not our preferred way to go at this time with all of the issues before us. However, we understand that due to the shenanigans in the Parliament of St. Martin at that time, the government used the tool of Article 59 and dissolved the Parliament. However, this party is very committed to continuing up until the last day and then thereafter the things that we have promised the people of St. Martin that we will do. And you will hear about those things regarding the election on St. Martin. And I want to make it very clear, very, very clear, that around this time, and we have seen some already, many requests and proposals for so-called political debates are going to be coming in. I've seen a few of them already, and I want to inform the people of St. Martin that I, Sarah Westcott Williams, will not sit in any debate around the table, at which table you have persons who have no respect for man, woman, or child on St. Martin. Absolutely not. And let them then say, oh, she's afraid to come debate. That would be the last thing in the world. And you who know me know exactly that. I'll debate anything, anytime, with the people of St. Martin. But I am not going to allow myself to be part of any mockery, any demockery of our democracy.
Are you SXM insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXM is cardless. Request your My SXM account today and enter the virtual office of SXM. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXM, yeah. Your social health insurances.
When corruption is on all levels of government and the destruction of our natural resources by the name of GB is being held hostage by the National Alliance and its cronies, it is time to eradicate them and vote them out. GB is an easy fix. The fix is as simple as getting the parts and allowing the correct mechanical engineers to stabilize the system and stop trying to embezzle millions of dollars with a fly-by-night scam. Silvera Jacob is the mafia lady of the National Alliance who has allowed for a total neglect of government finances under her watch by first lying to the people of the many corrupt transactions her ministers has done, such as where did Jorendi Duran get the money from for that $1.9 million home in Lenny Priest's estate? Where did Omar Atley get the money from to have those homes of a St. Martin concrete owner, which is Tio's trustee, and many more? Silvera Jacob has even lied about her love affair with a woman who has top-level government classified information when she was pushing the destruction of the family values and the 2030 agenda of the LGBTQ. It is evident that you, the people, do not deserve this type of representation. Mafia lady Sarah Westcott Williams, the most corrupt woman in the history of politics in St. Martin, Richard Gibson Sr. and Andy Westcott. The stepson of Sarah Westcott is the long spoon of the mafia lady Sarah, and together they are all on the payroll of an Iranian businessman by the name of Ansari, who believes he can continue to hold our country hostage with his Khan plan and the Enya saga. Luke Marcelina, together with mafia lady Sarah Westcott Williams, worked on a $200 million deal to give Ansari money into a scam of buying back Mullet Bay for the people of Swaliga, legally known today as St. Martin. If I was not there with my hard work to make sure that we have an election today, I make it, I break it. My hard work to make sure that we have an election today, again, I make it, I break it. The 200 million USD would have vanished just like the 80 million Sarah gave to her friends as a tax rebate. Just ask Michael Furier from Napa, when is he going to pay back the money he pocketed as a Minister of Finance, another DP. Omar Atley and his cronies have conducted a coup d'etat of St. Martin notorious corrupt personality and political party by the name of the UP, which was the birth out of DP. The notorious husband of Minister Grisha Martin, a convicted criminal, is still controlling the minister from prison. Why keep voting for corruption? The fundamentals of the founder of the UP party have been injected into the DNA of Omar Atley. Omar Atley has promised a hospital that has been stuck on the foundation level from the days of his sweet-talking uncle Frankie Myers as a commissioner before 10-10-10-10. Now you are begging for a second chance. Frankie Myers, the ongoing DP, a UP, a UD, and now a SAM. It is amazing how he just can't get it right. The plan is simple. Sam, UP, and DP wants to continue the scam by forming a government to sabotage our country and rob our government clean for their family businesses. The PFP, together with Melissa Gums, has no vision for a diverse country such as St. Martin. The PFP only serving one reason, which is the destruction of the family values and the culture fabric of our beloved island. I, Olivier Emmanuel Arendelle, solemnly swear and hereby declare to you, the people of Swaliga, legally known today as St. Martin, under the penalty of perjury, I will nationalize the land of Mullet Bay and give it back to the people for the sole development of a public-private partnership that will create 8,000 direct jobs. My declaration will only be effective with a minimum of 2,000 plus votes behind my name and thus become your prime minister by the selection of the people. The OMC is a conservative, social, democracy political organization. I repeat, a conservative, social, democracy political organization. Under the administration of Prime Minister Olivier Arendelle, you can expect the new direction to be a model from Switzerland. A new direction model off of the basis of Switzerland. Get ready for the financial industry to deliver and stabilization of citizens on our country. To this, we first have to screen the kingdom charters and establish equality and international confidence with financial discipline. I invite you to evaluate the philosophy of OMC, understanding the philosophy by downloading it at our website, walichi.org. The 12 principles of Walichi and OMC is knowledge, wisdom, understanding, freedom, justice, equality, food, clothing, shelter, love, peace, happiness for our people. I would like to thank the people for listening to me. I can say that I am responsible for us going to a new election because I could not allow for $200 million to disappear in an Iranian man's hand. So many will show up here, give you the great smiles, but this is the family business. My mother is dead. My biological father is dead. I don't have brothers and I don't have sisters. So cronyism will not exist in my government. Come August 19, don't vote for the bad words. Vote for the man that will execute ministerial decrees and bring back this nation to its people. Thank you on the behalf of OMC.
Are you SXV insured? Do you have a valid medical insurance status? SXV is cardless. Request your My SXV account today and enter the virtual office of SXV. Go to sxv.sx and sign up now.
SXV, yeah. Your social and health insurances.
Some of the challenges encountered over the past couple of years, and in particular with finalizing the TNO report, are the following. Lack of coordinated approach to energy transition, competing and/or contradictory agreements being signed by government, and lack of critical information from GEBE. These challenges contributed to the significant lack of data on St. Martin in the TNO report. The basis for their conclusion that decentralized solar energy is the best option for St. Martin is derived from reports and interviews with relevant stakeholders where possible, as well as regional comparisons. Important to note is that our own energy policy of 2014 calls for 2% renewable energy against the concession agreement of GEBE. This is currently not being observed and is far below regional benchmarks for renewable energy. Ministry of Rummy. Upon taking office as Minister of Rummy, my goal has been to ensure improved interministerial cooperation between and in with AZ and TEAT on energy transition. In speaking with the policy department, I have had the discussions about how Rummy can support sustainable and equitable development. Rummy is basically finalizing the implementation of the building code and a zoning plan. Within this zoning plan, we could, for example, outline technical regulations for use of solar panels. Finally, taking this a bit further, as it relates to the permits and spatial planning side of the ministry, Rummy can in future require large developments to have a percentage of their energy needs come from renewable sources. In that way, we align across government, align in line with the National Development Vision and the Sustainable Development Goals. Madam Chair, here comes the end of my presentation. Thank you.
And would like to know if the minister has any update or recent information regarding the state of the funding programs of the Dutch government, and especially those geared towards matters such as energy transition, climate change, I mean, you name it. The reason for this question is that there were reports not too long ago that especially the 200 million euros, I guess it was, funding program that was available, that the Dutch government was considering cutting it. That was being circulated out there. That's one. So is there any update on the funding modalities that we were kind of looking at? The last information that I got regarding an energy policy for St. Martin has been that the 2014 one was being updated. Is that a fact? And how far are we with updating the energy policy? Overall, given where we stand right now with the matter of electricity supply and the government-owned company GEBE, where does the government and the Ministry of Rummy stand with respect to a plan for alternative energy, etc.? That's, where do we stand? Are we working on a plan? Are we going to take some information from this plan, other plans, etc.? And then there is this ongoing discussion about net metering. What does it really call for in order to make that possible? There's constant reference to changes in the legislation that need to happen. Is it indeed so that we need to change legislation, change concession? What exactly is the basis of this? Does the minister have any information, again, from our electricity company, who at one time was planning and had the plans drawn up for a solar park here in town, that GEBE would have done that? Was it only a matter of money that those plans were either shelved or maybe discarded? Is my next question.
I just wanted some clarity. I think I heard the minister say that the climate agreement of the kingdom was signed this year. Wasn't that signed? What climate agreement was signed in 23 then? Just wanted clarity as to, is it the same or in the same vein of what was signed in 23? I take note of all the lobbying that you mentioned at both United Nations as well as within the kingdom that has led to the access to the funding. And I'm happy to hear that there is further collaboration between Rummy, TEAT, and AZ in terms of the Energy and Climate Committee. The TNO plan, how does that compare to the NVGEBE strategic plan? Because you mentioned quite vaguely something about challenges being lack of coordination of data, competing agreements. Is this considered, since we didn't commission this study, how is St. Martin looking at all of the options on the table? The lack of cooperation, that was indeed the challenge with GB a couple of years ago, to have their input on the let's say, the research that was taking place at that time and this report now. So how do these things relate in terms of the way forward? Because I'm listening to the presentation and having some more information than I think the general population, I don't think that came across clearly in terms of what exactly, or putting those reports and or agreements, comparing them. How is the ministry dealing with NVGB? Because at the end of the day, NVGB is the executor. We have had intentions for many, many years, as you mentioned, since 2014 for the transition. And out of what government was able to get from their research in the roadmap, solar was also seen as the first phase of the transition. So how are these different reports and or agreements being utilized by the Ministry of ROMI and, more importantly, NVGB? Because clearly we can't force anything down GB's throat. How are we going to ensure the execution thereof moving forward?